We all need each other.
Yeah.
We really do. There's something beautiful about that, though. Like you can't just go it alone. You really do need each other. And like if you accomplish everything you ever wanted to accomplish, but nobody's there with you, nobody cares, nobody likes you, it's useless. Like love is the most important thing, and that sounds so cliche, but without love, it's all useless. Yeah. It's all useless. Yeah. There's no personal satisfaction in accomplishments if nobody loves you. You're not going to enjoy it. And the more you can spread positive energy, the more people will love you. The more you'll have that community of love. Love is the most important thing. You can have a $100 million house and a private jet. If you don't have love, you don't have anything. You're missing the key ingredient.
That's right.
It's like having cement but not having water.
That's right. That's right.
You have the mix, but you don't have the water.
Yeah.
You have nothing. You ain't building any house. And there's so many people that want to, instead of propagate love, they want to propagate anger, and they want to propagate hate. And it's so easy to do, and so many people are dissatisfied by their own existence that they want to do that, but they don't understand that by doing that, you are perpetuating this whole terrible cycle that you've been caught up in yourself. If you go out there hating on everybody and being shitty to everybody and throwing all this anger out there in the world, that you are literally poisoning yourself. There's a wonderful quote about jealousy that I think also applies to hate, is that it's one of the rare things that is ineffective on the person who's your target but works on you instead. Mm-hmm. Like if you're jealous, if there's a person out there like, oh, I wish I was living her life, and you're angry at her, like it's not hurting her. It doesn't even affect her. But yeah, it's hard for some people because they're not even nice to themselves. A big part of it is embracing love and friendship and camaraderie and being nice to people. We need each other, and that we have this sort of very strange, loose-fitted community of all human beings together. When someone like you does something that's exceptional and says something that's exceptional and has these inspirational words, it can change a person's whole life, change their whole path, change who they are. I've gotten so many messages from people that say, I lost 130 pounds. I did this. I got off sugar. I'm fucking running every day. I hit the gym 5 days a week now. I'm a different person. I'm drinking water. I'm exercising. I take vitamins. I'm eating healthy. I got more juice. I got more energy. My whole life is different now. The real message is we all started from nowhere. I mean, we all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. But through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body, you build a stronger mind, you build accomplishments and will and momentum, and then you look back and you go, hey man, I'm not washing tables anymore. I'm not washing dishes, I'm not cutting lawns, I'm not digging ditches. Yeah. I'm a different person now. You never really had anything in your life that you could look back on and say, hey, I was really good at that. And there's a lot of people out there listening to this. There's so many people that are in that starting point. Like the people that come up to you and say, I don't know what to do. What should I do? How do I do it?
Yeah.
How do I get going? But you're going to have to figure it out, one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
You're going to have to find a thing and keep working at it and get better at it. Pick a thing.
Pick the thing.
Whatever the thing calls to you. I think a lot of what happiness is a management issue, and decisions that you're making right now, like you could be in a shit state of mind right now, but you could make some decisions to adjust that, and over the next couple hours, you'll get to a much better place. And these constant management decisions, they waver in and out of your life on a daily basis. Like this idea that you could have a good mindset and then all of a sudden you'll be happy. That's horseshit. It's like the tide. It comes in and it comes out, and there's going to be days where you're just not feeling so good physically, and that's going to affect the way your happiness level is. It's never static. It's never exactly the same. This is something I've cultivated for a long time and avoided things that make me unhappy and figured out what those things are and been very rigid about eliminating them from my life. And one of the big ones is eliminating interactions with people that are negative. That is gigantic. And because I've realized that I'm not really as independent as I used to like to think I was. I used to like to think that my thought process was independent and that I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's nonsense. People say that because they absolutely care what people think and it bothers them. So you do care. And you care in both ways. You care if people are critical of you, care if people are positive of you, but you also care if people are living positive lives. and they're motivating you. That's a big one. And other people, it's one of the reasons why I like talking to people, one of the reasons why I like to do podcasts, because I get a lot out of, like just talking to you about your time in the monastery or your push to get to that 100 miles. Like, you get energy out of people like that, and you think about this energy and you think about this inspiration when you're doing other things. And it also sets in your mind that when you meet these exceptional people that move you, like, what are the characters, what are the qualities that they have, what are the characteristics that they possess, and those things become significant and important to you. Whereas if you live around a bunch of people that are complaining and bitching about everything, and they see the negative in everything, and they're always whining, those people are the opposite of that. They're the opposite of inspiration, and they're mud, and over time I've learned that these people, you're not going to fix them. I used to want to fix them when I was young. I used to want to go, hey man, I see what you're doing. Like, dude, don't do that anymore. Listen, just do this and stop doing that and start doing this. And if you just work towards this, you could be successful. And then a week later, the guy's doing the same shit. You're like, okay, right. I'm wasting a significant amount of my energy on someone who doesn't want to waste any of their energy on themselves. And so managing the community and the tribe that you're in, making sure that you're a good member of that tribe, that you're doing your part. You see a lot of people that are, talking about how to get ahead in life, but they're not really doing anything themselves. So there's a lot of cynicism involved in that. But there's also sincerity in it, and you can get, if you just look at it with a pure heart and a pure mind, you can get a lot of energy out of that. And when you're around happy, inspirational people that are successful, it makes you feel better and you get inspired. And if you act on that inspiration, your life will be more fulfilled. And it's not just inspirational in terms of financial success, but in terms of doing difficult things, whether it's running 100 miles, it doesn't pay you a goddamn thing other than the wealth of the knowledge that you can push yourself to such an extreme. Or anything else, whether it's someone who becomes really good at playing chess or someone who's really good at martial arts or whatever it is. There's a great feeling in these overcoming these difficult things. So you push through this, and you had these uncomfortable feelings, and you came out of those uncomfortable feelings with this newfound appreciation for time and this respect for your own existence in your own space and carving out 3 hours for yourself a day. That's where it all comes from. It all comes from life lessons, and the lessons are learned through struggle. Human reward systems are carved deeply into your DNA. And if you don't respect that, if you don't respect the mechanism of happiness and fulfillment and what you really need to do in order to feel satisfied in life, camaraderie, love, family, friendship, struggle, testing yourself, learning, all those things are imperative. They're all a giant part of being a person.